Madam Moderator, I'm Phil Hamilton, Precinct 7 Town Meeting Member and Chair of the Lexington Conservation Commission. This is a request for supplemental funds for a project that was already approved at the 2020 annual town meeting. The project was to construct a universally accessible trail in the Parker Meadow Conservation Area. The reason we're asking for additional funds is that the bidding on the project took place in the aftermath of the pandemic shutdown, when construction costs had risen dramatically, and all bids were higher than the amount authorized by the CPC and town meeting. There are no changes to the project itself. As you may remember, the project includes an upgrade to the parking area, a wooden viewing platform overlooking the pond, and two trails, one from the parking area to the viewing platform, and another circling the pond, connecting the Minuteman Bikeway and crossing two wooden boardwalk bridges over streams. This slide shows the current trails at Parker Meadow. The next slide shows a part of the trails to be made universally accessible. As you see, one trail will lead from the parking area to the new viewing platform, which will be located where the trail meets the pond. On this slide, you also see a part of the second trail, which starts from the Minuteman Bikeway, meets the first trail at the viewing platform, and continues around the pond. The next slide shows the continuation of that second trail from the pond to the bikeway. Finally, here's a slide showing the parking improvements that are also part of this project. All elements of the project comply with the standards of the Americans with Disabilities Act and are intended to be universally accessible. That is, to be navigable by a person in a wheelchair, a person with a walker, a parent with a stroller, and others whose mobility issues make it difficult or even impossible for them to enjoy the town's conservation areas. This is a high priority project for the Conservation Commission, and we therefore ask the Community Preservation Committee to consider it in time for this special town meeting in order to enable the project to be rebid immediately. If we waited to submit it to the 2022 annual town meeting, the funds would not be available until July of 2022, an unfavorable time to go out to bid, and construction would not begin until the spring of 2023. The CPC agreed and has recommended the supplemental funding to this town meeting. If town meeting approves, we can start the bidding process immediately and construction can begin this coming spring. The amount of the requested supplement, $235,750, is based on the highest bid we received. We're hoping to receive lower bids, and of course, any money that is authorized but not expended will remain in the account of the CPC. This last slide shows the amount of the supplement, the amount originally approved, and the total cost of the project. Thank you, Madam Moderator.